She's hurt, boys. She's hurt.
It is another beautiful day here. Just got a call from my father. He's been borrowing one of my Tacomas for quite a while now. Unfortunately, last night at about 10 p.m. he's on his way home and he had a lower ball joint failure. We're headed to the Tacoma. It should be right up here. And from what I know, the
the Tacoma, it ate the... So if you look down here, the lower ball joint failed. It's a known failure point for these vehicles. When the lower ball joint failed, the tire came out. When the tire came out, the axle separated. The upper ball joint subsequently failed because it had no other choice. The tire got stuffed into the wheel well, locked like this. It looks like he rode on the lower ball joint, or I guess the lower control arm, for quite some time. That ball joint might be interesting to get out of there, but that's okay. First things first, I've got a floor jack and some tools. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna set some ramps up, we're gonna jack it up, see if we can possibly get this tire even just strapped back into place with some ratchet straps. Anything's better than this. Even just jack it up and roll it on the jack until I get it onto the trailer. All right, we're getting that side up off the ground. I didn't think to bring jack stands. I've got some 4x4s. I'll figure something out. So I've got this 4x4. I'm gonna go far enough to get this 4x4 under. There we go. Now I got the 4x4 under there. So now we've got two 4x4s under that lower control arm. We're just gonna try and put some weight on it carefully so I can adjust this jack. Now we're a little more towards the passenger side, and hopefully it picks that side up more than just the whole front of the truck. So we got it up in the air. Let's see if we can. Tire is flat, probably debeaded. I've got a 21 and I'm gonna pull this tire off, and then I can grab the hub and it'll be a lot easier to handle. We got the tire off, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna see what I can do about getting this back together temporarily. I'd love just to get it together real quick, throw it on the trailer. I could fix this at home in my garage. It's hot outside. I'm on the side of the road. I think this is gonna do it. It looks like it should roll forward. I just ratchet strapped the upper and the lower control arms together, just enough to get it to roll. And hopefully it'll roll right onto the trailer and we won't have any more issues. My dad showed up. He's the one who was driving it when it happened. Right as he showed up, I was throwing this tire back on because I had gotten everything ratchet strapped back together. I'm gonna lower it onto its own weight and see if it holds. Oh, whew. And that lower ball joint doesn't look like it's gonna love life right there. Well, we're gonna try driving it forward on the jack, I guess. Not ideal. I'm gonna get the trailer ramp set up. We're gonna start moving it forward. Make sure these hubs are in free. Well, that doesn't look right. All right, we're gonna have to try something else. This is take two. I'm just gonna set the lower control arm straight onto those 4x4s. Looking good. You know, it didn't even break the brake line, which is really...
I saw that last night. It was stretched tight.
It was really stretched tight. All right, we got everything loaded up. We've got everything strapped down. I'm gonna take it home. My father's taking off. We're gonna get this Tacoma home and we're gonna dig into it eventually. So about a week ago, the lower ball joint failed on this thing. I finally got all the parts in to fix it. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into what exactly happens when a lower ball joint fails on an first gen Tacoma or third gen 4Runner.
and what all gets taken out. This one was fairly lucky. There was minimal damage. He was going 45 miles an hour when this happened, at least. He said 45 to 50. He walked away okay. The car walked away okay. We got this thing in the air, we got the tire off, and you can really see how much damage it did. It took this body mount and absolutely destroyed and bent it. It took this fender and pushed it into the door. It took this inner fender and just destroyed it. This bottom of the fenders bent all up. The brake line, which is about the only thing that caught, the whole hub assembly actually pulled out. Oh, it bent the bracket that holds the brake line on. This brake line is extremely strong. The CV axle separated. It obviously popped the upper out. I am sure there is damage on either the inner or the outer because it was dangling off of that. It poked a big old hole in this tire. The castle nut that was supposed to be here is gone. That's going to be interesting to get off. All in all, replace your lower ball joints because this is a lot more expensive and a lot more involved. It's gonna have brand new upper ball joints, brand new lower ball joints, brand new inner and outer tie rod ends. We're gonna get an alignment. We're gonna replace the CV axle that was bad. This thing is gonna be as good as new, if not better. New inner tie rod end, new outer tie rod end. All right, so you guys probably saw some time lapse of this getting done. It was not quite that quick in real life, but we got her. Lower ball joint failure was quite a bit of work. It destroyed everything on this side. Got a new CV axle in there though, new lower ball joints, OEM, new upper ball joints, new inner and outer tie rod ends. Everything is done. Time to get this thing off the trailer.